Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Hope you're doing well. Ain't that thing ugly? It may be beautiful to some people, but she is rough. I don't even remember when I got this saw. It's been probably over 3 years ago. I found it online. Seller said it was low compression, just a parts saw. I was like, well, I'll buy it as a parts saw. I just started getting into the Max 3 or 4 years ago. I think the first one I bought was a Pro Max 700 probably 4 years ago, and I didn't keep it very long because I didn't know any better and sold it. But now I know better, and I pick up and keep about all of them I can find. I do sell these things every now and then too if I've got more extra parts than I need, or two of the same saw or something. I'll let them go. But these here are just getting hard to find. You rarely see them. Pro Max 55. It's basically a hopped up 1010 is what you've got. Basically the same saw as a 1010S. Your regular 1010s are 54 cc's. These are 57. They have a decomp. 46 millimeter bore, same stroke, same crank as your 1010. They just run a whole heck of a lot better. Only really downfall to them was the fact that they do come with the single jet carburetor, which kind of sucks. But I've had this saw out twice running it. I took it yesterday and cut down a little old beech tree with it. It was a mess, had vines all in it and about 1 million branches, and the tree probably wasn't 6 inches round in the biggest spot, maybe 7 or something, but it was just hard as rock, and there's 1 million branches and vines. And I will have to say, this saw, I had to dial the carb in a little bit, but that thing run like a champ, and you could probably take it as rough as it looks and work with it for a long time. It really ran that good, and surprisingly, it still has, I don't know if it's all the compression it should have, but it feels similar to what a 1010 would have. I don't use the decomp to start it, not really a need in it, so it may be a little low. But what we're going to do with this, well, let me finish the story, I guess. When I got it for parts, I got sidetracked. I got it here. I'm thinking that might be the handlebar that was on it because it's all mashed up. Yeah, it probably is. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. It may have came off a different saw. But I know the handlebar was mashed up really bad on it. The rear shrouds just bent all 2 pieces, but I believe once I get it off there I can straighten it up and make it a little more presentable. There was barely any muffler on it. It was just rotted completely out of it. Bolts were still there and the retainer that holds it, but they had all but fell out, and like I said, the muffler was just rotted completely out. Carburetor was about to fall off of it. I mean, the screws were just, they wasn't tight at all, just very loose, as well as every other screw in the thing. But the old saw, I opened up the fuel cap, see how the tank looked, and still had fuel in it. And the seller had said it was low compression, but the deal with that was is the decomp was pushed in when I got it out of the box, and I'm assuming they'd put a compression gauge on it and tried to check compression with the decomp in, not knowing it was there. But anyway, with all that said, the carb loose, muffler all but gone off of it. About the 3rd pull, old saw started right up and ran good. So I actually had some parts here where I bought another junk saw, and we got the muffler off of that. That's actually the muffler off of Pro Max 1010. Actually, the one off of the saw that we put the 700 piston and cylinder and, well, basically whole engine assembly in. So if you do that, you have to have the tank too. But again, off track. Anyway, what we're going to do with this, I'm going to strip this down. We're going to either blast or sand some of the parts. I have to be careful up here because I don't want to hurt the sticker. But I've already bought paint. We're just going to do basically a rattle can restoration on it. I'll bake what I can, but I want to make it a little more presentable. What ought I have? I've got rings for the saw. There's some seals laying there if it needs them, but that thing will sit and idle all day long, so I highly doubt it needs seals. I know in other videos I've preached putting them in it, but it's my saw. I'm not selling it. If it was someone's saw I was working on, I would order new seals and put in it. But like I said, if it needs them, I have seals here that I know are good that we can put in the saw. But as well as it idles and runs, I highly doubt it's going to need seals. And I ran it probably for half an hour straight yesterday in those vines and limbs. But we've got us a, let's see if I can get it in frame. Got us a double jet SDC. Sadly, I'd done bought one of these, but it was missing this screw over here for the idle adjustment, which meant that carburetor was 4700 or 710. But we did put that carburetor on that last 700 that I got. And we are going to do that saw, but I've got probably a couple others in line beforehand. But with that said, that's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this thing apart. We're going to re-ring it. We're going to do some port work. If it needs seals, if I feel it needs them, we'll put seals in it. Going to put this double jet carb on it, and I think this will make one stout saw, because I'll tell you right now, it's pretty dang strong the way it is. It would be a really close race between it and that ported Pro Mac 1010 or the ported Mac 1010 I just done. The 1010s would probably give a little bit of the edge too, because they're fresher and they're revving a little higher because they got an adjustable carb, but there's no replacement for displacement. And these do have a pinned piston, or at least it should have. I hope it does. If not, we'll be hunting a piston out of a 1010S to put in it. But I'm almost 99% sure this does have pinned rings, which means that bridge and the exhaust port, we can hack that right out of there. And has a lot better transfer port design. Still really weird, still nothing like anything you're going to see in a modern saw, but they say the old man McCulloch was a genius. He sure built some mean saws, so I take it he was. We'll just leave it at that. But he had some weird thoughts and designs on port designs and transfer ports. And yes, that handle was loose. And I was cutting with it loose yesterday. But yeah, with that said, we're going to get this thing tore down. I'm not sure how I'll do this, whether I put it in multiple parts or just make one real long video. We'll just have to see. But with that said, I'm going to get the fluids dumped out of this thing, and we'll see if we can get her tore down. Almost forgot, my wife bought that for me a couple weeks ago, and it actually just got here today. Thought it was pretty cool. Really nice sign, somebody on eBay making them. Thought I'd share that with you guys. Alright guys, I've got this tore down as far as I'm going to do it tonight. Probably be video one, I guess. We'll just do a multi-part. If you want to follow this, you're more than welcome to. As you can see, she is nasty. I don't think it had ever been apart. One of the carb bolts was rounded off at the top, which was a little weird. It's a little tricky to get out of there, but we managed to get it. But yeah, with that said, if you want to follow this, you're welcome to follow. As you can see, she still points. I think I've got a chip laying here. We'll probably put that back on it instead of the points, because it'll allow us to rev a little higher. But anyway, shut this off here tonight. If you guys want to follow, you're more than welcome. I appreciate you watching. Have a good one.